Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Video True, and welcome back to Stellaris MegaCorp, where the galaxy is starting to fill up a little bit. I know it looks fairly empty, but yeah, from the state of things around here, and the state of things up here, I'm guessing there's actually precious little free space left at this point. Yeah, the actual gaps are being filled in pretty darn quickly. Still, we have got ourselves a healthy amount of territory, a good empire, some good worlds, and the slight, small, tiny, insignificant issue that our main planet Prosperity, that's supposed to be like, you know, the great big wealthy everything, is just slightly at the moment being besieged by a void spawn, whose military power is a skull, and who the very clever scientists who live inside our empire say, bloody hell, don't try and take that thing on, you'll be absolutely annihilated. So, Prosperity's just kind of, it's just going to have to be on its own for the time being. It's fine, everything's under control there. And unfortunately, yeah, I can't really ship people over there. I've double checked this. The worker jobs that actually are currently not being done are all technicians, because of course this is going to be our great big power plant planet. And tragically, robots can't be technicians. They can only be miners or farmers. So I can't just ship robots over there. We just have to wait for the actual tiles, the actual little Twitter birds there, to grow. But I can incentivize that a little bit. So over in decisions, I'm going to drop, 1,000 food on this place. And 100 luxury goods is a really small amount. So I'm just going to get that in play right now. And that should lead to a significant increase in growth speed off the back of pop growth and also off immigration pull. So I'm hoping as a result of that, we'll actually get some of these birds coming in to work as technicians pretty darn quickly. And if we get any birds coming into the rest of the empire, we will ship them straight over to Prosperity. Though, that does remind me as well, I've not actually set rights properly just yet. So go over to species and the tiles. I believe they don't have quite the same rights as me, because I believe they have, they've got decent conditions, and I prefer moving everyone over to social welfare on happiness grounds. So I'm going to move them over to that. Other than that, no pop controls, no migration controls, colonization is allowed, full military service, that's fine. In fact, I'll actually set default rights. By default, everyone who comes into my empire gets to access the social welfare. Marvellous. So going forward, I won't need to change that every time. And what I really need is, someone with a cold climate preference. That would be very useful indeed. So if these guys down here, the Zikmok, would like to move into my empire, that'd be marvellous, because you guys like the cold weather very much indeed. So it would be rather useful to actually have a single pop of you in the empire, just so I can actually settle any cold planets that need to be taken care of. So what do we need to do today? Well, the standoff in the north is as it ever was. The Euthonians and the Rontor are bonded together against me and the Tiles down south. So, Cold War, no one really dares attack the other right now. There's something else I've been thinking about too. The Ganvius down south. These poor little lambs who, they don't have any defensive packs. They basically have no way to defend themselves whatsoever. Now, I have previously said I could just basically go to war with them to force them to become my first subsidiary. Except there's something else I'd like to do first. You see, they're sitting on a couple of valuable things I wouldn't mind having for myself. In particular, they are sitting on a gateway. They are sitting on some exotic gases, and more importantly, they're sitting on a planet right here, a very large alpine world that has got a lot of mining potential in it. A huge amount of mining potential. That could be a very good world, and that could be the sort of world where I do just ship robots over to it, because that world, I just need a ton of mining jobs, and robots can mine. So This is worth thinking about, because I've got myself, absolutely loads of influence right now. I can just lay a claim down on these two systems and just go towards claim them. Honestly, the whirling Bion Armada of 888 strength is not going to stand in my way. So, I'm going to say, you guys, we are going to break the non-aggression pact. Let's actually get out of that. They are not keen on that, but they don't hate us immediately. Now, one other very important thing. This is not White to the Galaxy you left behind at the end of part 4. You see, what I've done is I've opted into the test branch of Stellaris, and there's a reason for that, which is I suspect Paradox have come to the same conclusion I have, which is the AI seems to really flipping love precinct houses and just building a whole bunch of police, and it's making being a criminal syndicate actually quite difficult. So, as a result of that, there's a couple of very big important changes for criminal heritage empires like I am in this new test branch, which is, 1, it's a little bit less likely that your branch outposts actually get closed in this version, and 2, it can't actually happen the day after you set it down. There needs to be like an entire year of very low or no crime before there's any chance that your syndicate's actually going to get kicked out. So, that's a lot better. Very, very good indeed. But I have been thinking, possibly the reason some of these guys are going a bit heavy on the precinct houses is because, you know, they are literally next door to a crime syndicate. Some of these guys up here, though it's more expensive to get a syndicate inside their borders, they might be, yeah, less well defended. So, I've got a science vessel who's just going for an explore. I might just kind of send him ultimately up here, just have a little look-see at what's going on. Sadly, these guys aren't really interested in trading me an active sensor link, purely because, yeah, they're neutral to me right now. I suppose I could, like, offer them decent trade deals just to make them interested enough that they might be willing to do it, but we'll just go and have a little look-see at them first. We'll scout them out, see what else we find around here, because, yeah, if we found some stuff around here, anything around here, because, yeah, I suspect there might be something in this space. These guys might be much better candidates for an actual syndicate to go down, so we'll see about that. And poor Prosperity. I'm so sorry, there's nothing we can do about that void spawn right now. Quite frankly, I'm just thrilled it doesn't want to expand elsewhere into the Empire. We'll just keep building. We'll just keep building up the fleets. It's all going to be fine. Oh, the poor Ganvius. They've immediately invited me back into a flipping non-aggression pact. I'm so sorry. No, guys. We're going to war. The only real question now is what sort of war. Because, yeah, the advantage of taking these 2 bits of territory would be it would also open up all of this. So, actually, yeah. After you're done with that, come down over here and give all of this a bit of a scan, because I'd like to know what's actually going on with you. Now, I also need to actually save up a whole bunch of energy, which is coming up pretty quickly right now, but yeah, I need more of it. I need an absolute ton of energy in order to potentially fund expanding my branch officers, because I would like to have more branch officers than I do. The only reason I don't right now is because, yeah, all the empires around me seem to be very much aware of my game and are very, very much building police houses all over the flipping shop. But in terms of shipping robots around, I could ship robots over to Cornwall. That's certainly possible because there are farming jobs to be done on Cornwall. And there are unemployed people on Asprania. The only problem is, yeah, that does cost money. That does cost money, but okay, go on. I will resettle 1 robot over to help with the farming. Just the 1, though. Just the 1. There you go. So that should be an extra person working the farms there. Food is well under control right now. I'm surprised we're still struggling with consumer goods, to be honest. But then, yeah, consumer good cost for my empire is quite high. So we might need to look into actually, yeah, further increasing the infrastructure there. We're already up to, yeah, very close by to 20 already in Cornwall. So Cornwall's not a million miles off 20. But bear in mind, every person I ship out of Asprania over to Cornwall or Prosperity, that's a person that's not here helping me actually increase the infrastructure of Asprania. Which is why, yeah, some of my neighbours have got like up to 60 people in their capital, and I don't. It's because I'm shipping people off to Cornwall and Prosperity. Ooh, let's talk about sectors, by the way, because, yeah, I've been doing some research and reading into this. Sectors are weird these days. So, sectors are automatically generated, and you cannot change them. By default, it basically seems to say, okay, the system that the planet is in that started the sector, and then 2 jumps in any direction. Unless it can't, in which case you end up with tiny areas like the Prosperity Quarantine Zone right over here. And as far as I can tell, they are mostly pointless because you can still manage the planet directly yourself. Everything it produces still gets handed over directly to you as if it were in like your core systems in the old Stellaris language. So as far as I can see, there's only 2 points to it. One, if you've decided that you just don't want to micromanage every planet, you can actually set your sectors to manage themselves by just saying, okay, focus on one of these things, research, manufacturing, production, or balance, and occasionally we'll transfer some resources over to you, just like, you know, keep you happy and going and whatever. So if you want to not actually bother setting up your planets by yourself, you can do that, but honestly, now that planets are very important and very specialised, and you want to kind of take them in very particular ways, you don't want to land on a planet unless it's a very, very good planet, you've got a good plan for it, I don't know why you dare risk handing it over to the AI, because the AI in Stellaris has always made slightly dubious decisions when it's asked to plan out a planet. It just never does it right. So, yeah, not exactly a great idea to my mind. Not exactly a great idea at all. And two, if you've decided that you're worryingly too high over your admin cap and want to like keep expanding in new, exciting, sexy directions, you can just take any individual sector and turn it into a vassal, basically making it into an independent empire that by default starts as a vassal of yours. And because I'm a MegaCorp, they start as a subsidiary by default. So totally independent, can expand, can start their own wars if they want to, but they have to pay 25% of their total energy income to me every single month. Which is nice, I suppose, but bear in mind, yeah, the admin cap isn't a hard cap. The game isn't really expecting you to stay within it. The game is expecting you to go over it. It's just basically a way of slowing down empires that are starting to get too big and are blobbing out too fast. It's just a way of, yeah, letting smaller empires catch up and making playing taller rather than wider. Not really playing tall, you can't exactly, you know, Venice this or anything, but playing taller is going to be more viable than it used to be. At least that's how it works for normal empires. I'm still figuring out how that really fits into MegaCorps, because MegaCorps have that penalty where they get 50% worse penalties for going over the admin cap. So for MegaCorps, I suppose what they've got to do is, while they can go over the admin cap, they've got to make sure that when they are going over that cap, it's really flipping worth it for them. So MegaCorps have to only settle planets that are spectacular, that look like they could be specialised into something ludicrously good, which is why I'm tempted by that Alpine planet that the Ganvius block are currently squatting on, because then I would have prosperity, huge amounts of energy, Cornwall, the breadbasket, keeping people fed so nowhere else needs farms, the mining world, tons of minerals coming in, and of course, at the centre of it all, Asprania, which is just going to have a huge population, and ultimately, I might be able to turn into one of the new special kind of planets that's been introduced by MegaCorp. We'll discuss that as it becomes relevant. Still, for the most part, it really doesn't matter, so in day-to-day management, just keep the sectors map mode off. It really isn't relevant to me at all, so we can just leave that be for the time being. Though something to watch out for, I am most definitely not the only individual eyeing up this bit of empty space. There are, yeah, 3 different science vessels doing the rounds in here. That's the mega church over there. That's me, and then there's also the Ganvius having a bit of a scan around too, so lots of people interested in this part of the world. Actually, that's the mega church over there, so probably not them. In fact, I'm surprised not to see the Quirumulan. Oh, I do like saying their name out loud. That's wonderful. Right, so the Quirumulan possibly already have this place scanned. They're just maybe... they might be being engaged in a bit of a race against... No, they're not racing the tile because they've got no way to break north from where they are at all. Though, oh, that's hideous. This system here, it's only connected to this one. Is that going to be a tiny, tiny blob of tile in the middle of the Quirumulan? Because if so, that'd be horrible. I really hope the borders redraw themselves, though. That's going to look horrible. Oh, I wouldn't blame you guys for going to war to stop that. And well done to the tile, by the way, for seizing that sector. That is very, very important indeed. And I've got my energy grid research. Now, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting indeed. So, chemical plants. A new type of building, my chemists can convert minerals into volatile motes, which I believe are a sort of rare resource. Yeah, okay. So these days, strategic resources aren't just about finding them out in space and then securing the space. You can actually produce them, which, yeah, raises interesting questions about what that's going to do to the price of them in the economy when we actually get the intergalactic market set up. Alternatively, there's quantum energy states already like a quarter done, which would be a nice boost to energy, and we are getting a bunch of energy plants set up. But can I really turn down plasma throwers? I might be about to go into a war. Okay, so plasma throwers, yeah, they are very, very powerful, especially with bonus hull and armor damage. In fact, bonus armor damage, okay, if, say, for example, there was a massive void spawn that needed to be taken down, plasma throwers would be just the thing. Right, get on with that. And also, who's just locked themselves? Oh, the infinite pond. How could you? And also, why would you? I'm so far away from you. Why would you even flipping bother? I also think, as far as I'm aware, unless of course there's been like loads of wars happening over here, there hasn't been a single war in the galaxy that I've been aware of so far. So, yeah, that's nice. We might want to try and say, break that today. Because I suspect the poor little Ganvius block might actually be the first victim of a war in the entire galaxy. Everyone's going to be shocked. Apparently no one else even thought about invading their neighbour. Oh, one of my scientists is actually right now in a science vessel has just picked up expertise psionics. Okay. I might want to move that guy over to sociology research because, yeah, if you actually have expertise in psionics, it increases the chance of psionic tech might show up early. So, might want to do a little bit of swapsy-roundy, potentially. And we actually have a new building slot at population of 45 on the capital. Now, what do we want to do with that? Because I would love to have some more alloy foundries. But the question is that a very bad idea? Bring in, yeah, another 12 minerals out of my stockpile. Though actually, in all fairness, I do have a massive stockpile of minerals. That's not exactly a massive problem, to be honest. And the extra alloys would let me build the fleet up. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, go on. Get that done. Alright, a third set of alloy foundries over on Asprania. Over on Cornwall, when that hits 20, which will be in the not too distant future, it's already almost 18, I probably need a third set of civilian industries just to actually get even more consumer goods going on here. And on top of that, yeah, Prosperity needs an energy grid, because we are starting to build up those generator districts. In fact, we may as well get them ready to go, or maybe we shouldn't, because every built district adds the admin cap. So if there's already more jobs than there are people, there's no reason to throw out an extra district, so I'm just slowing down my own research by increasing the amount of infrastructure, which I don't need right now. So leave that be for the time being. Instead, focus on... Actually, what we should probably do is not build any more ships for the time being, because I'm going to want to retrofit out my entire fleet with those plasma throwers at some point. So probably best we just don't build anything. Save up the alloys. In fact, we've got this massive stockpile. Okay, I'm going to regret this. I'm about to make a fairly major change to my economy, because right now my economic policy is mixed. I'm moving us over to militarized. Minus 25% consumer goods for plus 15% monthly alloys. I can't change that back for 10 years either. Oh, I'm going to regret this. Right, so at the end of the month, that's going to update. How bad is that going to be? Because plus 24 to minus 3 right now. Alright, give us an update, please. Minus 13 is not bad. And plus 26 is not huge. But then, yeah, the hit is bigger than the benefit. So having an imbalanced economy is fundamentally inefficient. But whatever. It's worth it. I need to save up a giant pile of alloys because I want to retrofit out my entire fleet with plasma weaponry when I can. Ah, and there also is class 2 armor. Good. And this is... Oh, crystal mines. Now that's good. That's very, very good indeed. Crystal mines, because I'm pretty sure I've got at least one set of rare crystals already in the Empire. There's, yeah, there's at least one there. And I'm going to be claiming this over here to go to the gateway.
Construction complete.
Yeah, get that done. That's quite fast and easy to do. That's all okay. Also, the Empire has now been officially de-blobbed. Alright? Any blobbing that continues to exist, not my fault, alright? That bit I've got no right to. This bit I'm assuming is full of crystalline entities or something, so the tile state don't want it. And this bit down here has probably got itself a flipping Leviathan in it, because the Ganvius block seemed terrified of that bit of space. And as I probably should not be surprised by, my one branch office on Ganvius Prime has indeed been shut down. It was there for a long time. It almost certainly paid for itself, which means I believe we don't actually have... No, we won't actually have visibility of Ganvius Prime anymore, because I shut down the actual starbase around here, so there's no, like, listening outpost over there. By the way, I've spotted something else, which is these guys, the Polysimus Dynastic Union. Their flipping capital does actually have a criminal heritage building on it. It's got a smuggler's port right there. But unlike all the empires that are bordering me, this place doesn't seem to have immediately locked itself down with 10 million police officers, because, yeah, this place is actually doing well. There's a cartel war, stability is down, crime is up +30 because this is the center of the drug trade, criminal jobs +3. These guys just chilling out here, making a giant pile of money off their smuggler's port and just siphoning off trade and what have you. So, for whatever reason, somewhere out there, there's another criminal empire that seems to be doing a much better job than me. So, I'm gonna guess they're down here or something, the Sikit. So we might want to go and meet them at some point. There we go. The alloys are now up to +34, and the minerals are at +15, which is fine. I've got enough of a stockpile for the time being. We are under control. So plenty of alloys, and yeah, if you build a new alloy, it actually kind of lines up with the original, so things are next to each other, so they're easy to count, which is very, very welcome indeed. And this place is also continuing to grow. Yeah, that's growth speed up. That's gonna wear off at some point, so I can't do that right now. Amenities +25%. Don't need that. Honestly, I'm probably not gaining much from immigration pool. I'd rather people were emigrating out to Cornwall for the time being, so... that's all fine. That's all absolutely fine. I believe we've got ourselves... Hang on, what's the job situation here right now? 46 jobs to 45 people. So probably there's like yeah, there's just one clerk position currently unoccupied. But for the most part, this is all under control. Especially as, yeah, we've actually got a new pop growing in right now, so this will not be a problem. Ah, and my planetary capital and Hall of Judgment are ready, in case I need that for anything. And, yeah, I still don't have anything in the way of that gas, but I now know how to get it. And additional food. Ooh, research up. Do I actually need that at all? I don't think I do. I don't think I need that in the slightest. Food being up 10% is unnecessary. For the time being, the food situation is fine. So I am going to take society research just up a little bit more. Yeah, you know what? Let's just get more and more society research going on here. Ah, but apparently this place is ready to be upgraded immediately. For 900 minerals, I can actually upgrade planetary administration to planetary capital. Okay, and that will give me an additional enforcer job, more amenities, more housing. Yeah, I think that's one more executive job as well. That is not bad at all, really. Go on then, why not? Let's actually just get that upgraded. We may as well, quite frankly. What's the actual limit for that, by the way? That is 40. Fine, population of 40. So, capitals are at 40. That's honestly not even that high. So, Cornwall will be there before we flippin' know it. Oh, bloody hell, we've actually got a war! Right, so the extremely tasty elves have decided to attack their next-door neighbours, the Citizen League of Elagan, who were dicks to me. So I'm totally on the side of the extremely tasty elves. So these guys are hegemonic imperialists, xenophiles, materialists, and militarist. You guys are also materialist and also militarist. I really would have thought you guys would end up as friends, but okay, fine, what have you. What's actual war about, by the way? Do we know what this war is? This is the Farine-Elagan War of Aggression, an offensive war, so the Farine started this. I'm going to work under the assumption they probably want these two bits of land. Because, yeah, that was a bit of a dick move, actually. These guys coming over here and taking these two territories, basically blocking expansion off into this bit of space. So, yeah, that was a little bit dickish. I can understand why you'd want those back. And yeah, if they've properly hardened Sheliak over here, they should be able to hold any retaliation from the fleet, unless there's a bunch of free space they can come through over here. But I suspect there's an empire around here, we just don't know what they're like yet. Oh, and here's a big one. We actually get to wrap up the supremacy tree. Spot on. So, fleet command limit off, fleet command limit up by +20, and admiral level cap up by 2. That's very welcome indeed. My fleets are tiny at the minute. So supremacy is done. That also means I get access to the war doctrines policy. I'll look at that in a second. And a new ascension. Oh yeah. Good, 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 good. Now, what do we want to do here? Starbase capacity +5? No, that's definitely not worth it. Enigmatic engineering. Normally I'm not interested by this, but sensor range +2 on top of all the normal techs is not even that terrible. Technological ascendancy, research speed +10%. Obviously, that's nice. Unity up and governing ethics attraction. For me, I think not so much, to be honest. I don't think I'm necessarily going to be rushing Unity. I mean, it's not difficult to fill out the entire tradition tree before the end of the game if you just invest somewhat sensibly in Unity. I mean, it's 2248 right now, and I've already got 2 completed tradition trees, and honestly, I've barely even been bothering. I've not even been trying to boost Unity, so not that important to me. Mastery of nature, of course, very, very useful indeed. These days, of course, that lets you actually increase the number of districts on a planet by 2 once per planet as a special event. Not bad at all. Edict duration +50%. Nice to have, but not spectacular. Leader pool size and leader level cap +2. Interesting. What's the priority there? What's the priority? I mean, I feel like it really has to be technological ascendancy. We are materialists. Let's get that underway. Research speed up by 10%. That can't hurt. Also, the Infinite Pond has come to their senses. They've opened their borders to us. Their borders on the far flipping side of the galaxy. But alright, fine, whatever. Oh, and this is surprising. Over on Cornwall, the next pop that's actually gonna, well, pop into existence is a tile. One of the tiles has decided to move to Cornwall, which I'm surprised by because, yeah, it's not really the right environment for you guys. I imagine, does that mean that's actually going to be more expensive for me to maintain? Because he's going to expect, yeah, more food and more consumer goods because he's uncomfortable with the environment. Oh, I bet it does as well. Boo, go away. We've also got the problem of lack of housing right now. This place needs some more housing. Alright, that probably means we want to actually throw down an actual city here because we've literally only got 1. So, yeah, go on then. Have yourselves 1 city. We're still sitting on a massive food surplus, though. We should take advantage of that and just be constantly encouraging planetary growth. Like, anywhere that's not currently receiving the planetary growth bonus, just take it. Just all the time. So now we've got planetary growth, like, everywhere. And by the way, we've got ourselves... caretakers. That sounds like a fallen empire to me. No, actually. They're not. Fine, they're just xenophobic isolationists. They just want to be left alone and left in peace. Fair enough. We wish to be friends. In fact, we're going to come over right now and bring you a cake. So where are those guys? Ah, they're kind of... Oh, I like them. They kind of bent round the actual galactic core. Love them. Right, so we've got ourselves a bunch of lovely trees chilling out right there. Now, who are you guys exactly? Ooh. You guys have made contact with a load of people around here. Fine, we should probably go and investigate that at some point or other. So, all we wanted to be left alone. Is that such a difficult concept for a chicken to understand? Oh, you shouldn't have said the C word. Now we're going to come and bomb you at some point. It's going to be your own fault. Oh, now this is interesting. My little ship that's just, yeah, bumbling around here north of the Ganvius block has just found a tiny tropical world. And, like, pretty much as small as they get. It is absolutely tiny, but it does have 9 mining districts. And access to... Hang on, what have you actually got? You've got something special there, have you? Blockers, city ruins. Yeah, rare planetary features. So what are the rare planetary features precisely? A bubbling swamp, so a max gas extraction well, and a metal boneyard, which yields +4 mining districts and society research up 10%. Ah, this place used to actually have life on it. Something's gone horribly, horribly wrong, though. I see. What exactly is it? Unstable tectonics. Happiness down, habitability down, research engineering up. Now this is interesting. Okay, what if I called off the war with the Ganvius and just said, okay, this planet down here has got itself, yeah, lots of space and loads of mining, but honestly isn't that exciting to me. It doesn't have any of the special stuff. But this world is more appropriate for owls. If I were to want to try and settle that, it's a big, big investment of influence, but we could just go and take it right now. And then, like, later, we could potentially go and turn the Ganvius into... Yeah, that's a better idea. Screw it. Just double check here. Double check I'm happy with this. 9 mining districts. Okay, and oof. It can only have 10 districts total. Ouch. But then again, that will go up to 11 when I move in because I've finished the expansion tree. And I might be able to just slightly increase that. Yeah, this is going to be a very small world, but a very profitable one. And in all fairness, an extremely small profitable world is kind of perfect for me in many ways. Like, that's good. That's actually a good thing. Because as a MegaCorp, I need to keep that admin cap down. So, small worlds that happen to be extremely well specialized to what I need them to be specialized. Yeah, screw it. I'm doing it. We're just going. We're going to have that. Deploy the construction ship in that direction. We're just going to lock down that system. Maybe lock down some of the surrounding systems just to be sure. Don't do that, by the way. Now we know we're doing this. Survey that system first, please. And, oh, we've got more things coming in too. So, in Elnath. Do we know what an Elnath is exactly? Show me where that is. I'm guessing that's this area over... Hang on, over... Oh. Right. It's red. Whatever it is, it's red. Yeah. Hang on. What are we seeing here? That is... Oh, it's ancient mining drones. Yeah, we know about ancient mining drones. Right. Can you just avoid those guys by going... Oh, I don't know if you can. We might actually be... Oh, there might actually not be a way through here at all. If so, that might be a bit unfortunate. Right, go over... Go to here and see if you can... No, we definitely can see there's no way through there. In fact, yeah, this whole area is a big dead end. Ooh. Now, that's interesting. So. This here, Materialist Fallen Empire. These guys like me. They really like me because I was good enough to hand over one of my greatest scientific minds to them. We don't really need to discuss that in great detail. It happened. It turns out to be a good thing. The thing is, that means they've opened their borders to us, but their borders are closed to everyone else, like these dicks right here. So nobody can get to this bit of space. The only other way into this bit of space is... Hang on, where is the only other way into this bit of space? It's here. It's this system. This system here, Alderaan. Right, it's via Alderaan. Gotcha. So, if these guys expand down in this direction and seize Alderaan, they've basically got a free massive expansion zone in this direction. And there's just nothing anyone can actually do about that. That's a really, really long way away. Like, ludicrously. But just in theory, how much would it cost lacking... We're only lacking 75 influence. We'd have to burn like 625, 650 influence to make it happen. But I could lock down that bit of space. And that's basically just me reserving like all of this for myself until the Materialist Fallen Empire wakes up. Like, that's possibly the bit of the equation I'm not considering right now. If the Materialists wake up and I don't side with them, then yeah. If I do that, then I'm basically betting either the war in heaven does not involve the Materialists, or there isn't a war in heaven, or if there is a war in heaven and it's the Materialists, I will basically have no choice but to throw my lot in with the Materialists. Which is going to be... Ooh. That's difficult. Right, that's something to think about. That is something to think about. But if I just secure Alderaan, then basically nobody gets access to any of this if I just close the borders. At that point, yeah, that's good. I'm very glad the Euthonians don't seem to be in a rush to do that, because if they were, that could be dangerous, because all of this would belong to them. They'd basically have the ability to just expand out to be one of the biggest empires in the entire galaxy, and no one would be able to stop them. Now, prosperity has reached population 5, and as a result of that, yes, it's first building. And I think we know what we need to do here. Energy grid. Every single energy credit produced here is worth an additional 15%, and one additional job, because why not? Do it. Get it done. So, this planet is going to specialize in that direction. It's going to be great. We just need to have, yeah, we need more tiles here as quickly as flipping possible, please. In fact, you know what? We're going to have... There's 2 more jobs there right now. We don't need to rush into that. Cornwall is currently overpopulated. We've got a new city going down right now to provide additional housing. That'll be fine. Yes, and having banked a decent amount of energy, my friends over in the Curator Enclave, was it just 1,000 energy to give me the secret of the Void Spawn? Yeah, 1,000 energy for plus 25% damage to Void Spawn. I am willing to do that. So, we've never heard of a grown Void Spawn being defeated in battle, but this one is newly hatched. The Void Spawn projects corrosive spittle and spikes that can burn through the thickest of armor, but applying a protective acid-proof coating may slow its progress. We will help you make it. The Void Spawn is a threat to us all. Thanks, guys. That is much appreciated. And with my science ship so close by, we actually have visibility of the Stellarite Devourer, which is in the process of devouring this here star. So, yeah, this thing has got itself a giant pile of health, no shields, no armor. So, when we want to try and take that thing on, plasma will be extremely appropriate. And also in the system of fact over here, there is, yeah, a tiny tundra world. But then again, don't sniff at tiny worlds, because occasionally a tiny world can be just the thing. Because admin cap isn't just planets, it's not like core systems used to be. It actually is, yeah, districts is a very big part of it. Districts as well as systems, so a very small planet that is perfectly set up to specialise in one particular direction can be just the flipping thing. Also, worth noting, the Rontas have been building up their fleets. They've now got 2 fleets of almost 1,000 each. But we do have full visibility of these fleets. So we can see how they're speccing them, which is more shields than armor, plenty of, yeah, point defense, and some mass drivers. So if I wanted to take those guys on, I'd want to go heavy on the armor, because they'd really, really struggle. By the way, yeah, flag batteries didn't used to have that minus 75%. I'm pretty sure that's new for the test version I'm currently in. Yeah, they've massively reduced the amount of damage that flag batteries do to armor, because I think they were just a bit too effective in just day-to-day combat, even when they weren't doing their primary job of protecting you against missiles and whatnot. And bad news. I was hoping my science vessel could actually sneak through this territory and get over here in order to get north, but no. As it turns out, this science ship is just completely locked away. So in which case, you guys, come back down here. I'd like you to come and actually survey Alderaan, just in case I do want to send something over there, just to lock it down, just to make sure I'm ready to do that. Also, the Citizen League of Elegant and their terrifying, terrifying faces have decided to actually open the borders, which is nice, I suppose. I wonder if they're expecting us to come and help them against the extremely tasty elves. I hope not, because we're not bothering. Although then again, war exhaustion appears to be about even, so it doesn't look like anyone's making a huge amount of progress in that war. Oh, and the plasma throwers are dumb. This is it. This is the big moment for us right here. There's also disruptors for... Ooh. No, I can do without disruptors. I would not mind improved deflectors. That's fine, but then again, I think power's starting to get a little bit on the low side anyway. Maybe I'd be happier with just energy credits up. Yeah, let's just double down on getting as much engine as possible. That's kind of my job as a mega corporation. I need that energy. And hello, the Zik mushrooms want to say something to me. So, we understand your archaeologists have been studying the ancient First League civilization for quite some time. Understandable, since their territory once covered a large part of what today constitutes the Almeta Syndicate. As it happens, their territory also extended to what is now the Zik Harmonious Union. Okay, they want to sell as an artifact. And they want to sell it for 1,000. Yeah, go on. Why not? We will gladly have that. We like artifacts, it belongs in a museum, all of that business. And I tell you what, actually, that tiny planet to the north of us, though it's a tundra world and again is very, very small, that's another 9 mining districts. Albeit without the benefit of, yeah, the nice unique districts, which is a bit of a shame. Wild storms as well, habitability and happiness down, but research jobs get a bonus 20% physics. Not bad. Not bad at all, really. Might be worth thinking about at some point. Another small, very efficient planet. Another way of getting a ton of extra minerals in. This could just be my great big mineral hub over here. In fact, the construction ship's already round there. I'd say it's time to make this happen, damn it. Get over to the actual, yeah, the actual shipyards. Let's get ourselves a colony ship in, and this is a tropical world, perfect for me aside from, you know, the slightly unstable tectonics. Let's get an owl colony ship out there. Beautiful. Oh, and this is nice. Technically, this looks like a natural extension of my empire. Even though there's no actual link between the two, it sort of looks like it belongs in my empire, which is very, very welcome indeed. Right, do we want to keep expanding at this point? Because some of this stuff is not bad, to be honest. Yes, screw it, that looks alright. And now we've actually got territory nearby. This is fine for us to seize. So I'd say you go and take that, and then you go and take that. Those both look like, yeah, decent little territories we can hold. Marvellous. So, my new basic Ascension class interceptors. We've got plasma throwers ready to go. I still need, yeah, some small mass drivers to counteract the fact that these things seriously struggle to penetrate shielding. But on basic corvettes, even if you've actually got, yeah, a couple of shield blocks put in place, shields are only like a quarter of the actual health. There's going to be way more armor and hull points together, so this should be a decent loadout for cutting through other corvettes, like we might want to be doing with the Ganvius at some point. And the upgrades are very, very expensive indeed. It's going to basically clear out everything I've just saved up to do those upgrades. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Murder of Urya, and I'm going to upgrade that one. I'm just going to upgrade that. The others will leave be. We will leave be. So that's fine. Head back to Ospra, you guys. Take care of that business. And while that's going on, you guys can probably, yeah, you guys pick up the patrol route. So you guys just start patrolling over to the Singularity, please. Just make sure pirates don't get a foothold around there while we're upgrading the main fleet. Ah, slight issues on Cornwall, by the way. They've got enough housing for the time being, but they don't quite have the amenities that they require. They're a bit shy on that. So happiness is, that's only -2%, that's not huge. I'd rather use this extra slot for admitting 20 people to get more civilian industries down. Yeah, I could do with more civilian industries because I need to stop losing consumer goods so fast, alright? We've got a lot of coffee machines currently in storage, but they're going to run out sooner or later. And the colony ship is ready to go as well, and hello, what is going on here exactly? The birth of the Galactic Market. The customers, clients, and rubes of the galaxy at long last seem ready to accept a quasi-centralized platform for deregulated, mid-scale international commerce. We can promote one of our worlds to play host to this commercial hub to maximize potential revenue. Let the commerce flow. Unlocks decision. Nominate for Galactic Market Hub. Begins the founding of the Galactic Market event chain. Okay. Ospra deserves to have this, alright? I have not seen a single planet with even close to the trade of Ospra, and surely that's how it's got to be decided, right? Let the commerce flow. And obviously 100% we are getting in on that. And also, you know, my colony ship's ready and we'll go and like settle this world, but that now seems secondary. Alright, Ospra, 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 Ospra. We need to get you set up, my darling. So, Asprania. Decisions. Here we go. It's going to cost 1,000 energy and 150 influence. We have got that, luckily. So nominate this planet as a trade hub candidate for the coalescing galactic market. So, applies a base marketplace competitiveness rating modifier to the planet according to its local conditions. The better the rating, the more likely the planet will play host to the future galactic markets. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to say yes, because I feel like surely, base marketplace competitiveness has to have something to do with trade. And there's a lot of trade here. So I am going to say yes. Base marketplace competitiveness rating. Adequate? Okay, this place is more than adequate. Alright, it is good. We need to do something about this. We need to increase our competitiveness. Okay, I think I know how we can do that as well. All we need to do is, yeah, in a matter of probably, give or take, yeah, a few months, a few years or something, we'll have an extra. Ooh, I can make it happen now. Screw it. No, we're going to make it happen now. We can get this place up to 50 immediately. We need to boost trade value under all circumstances. That is hugely flipping important. Yeah, we are actually up to 3 rulers these days. Lardy flipping dar. Right, what's the best way to boost trade? So we've got plenty of housing, plenty of amenities. Don't need to worry about any of that. The important thing is, okay, managers generate a small amount of trade. They generate like 5 trade each or something. No, they just generate 2 trade each. That's being boosted up to 5. Fine, okay. Don't worry about that. What I'm really interested in is... what's the one I'm thinking about here? There's totally one that actually creates loads of trade, or... Oh, no, it's just clerks that create trade. If I could just create, yeah, a bunch more clerk jobs, and then just basically ship my farmers over to being clerks instead, that would generate bonus trade. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Right, okay, who wants to move back to the home world? I'm sorry, by the way, if, like, at some point I may have, like, shipped you off the home world, but we kind of need you... we can't have you guys because we're literally in the process of building civilian industries. So there's no spare people on Cornwall because that will push us below 20, which would be bad. Right. You guys. I'm sorry about this. I know you're not exactly going to have a nice time, but... we kind of need one of you just to make up numbers. Alright, so have fun. Get over there. Lovely. They're not going to be happy about this. They're not going to be happy about this at all. Still, apparently they make excellent technicians. Ah, that kind of makes sense because you've actually got experience being a technician. I don't know if that's how it's actually calculating it, but that is cute. Yeah, this guy's not happy. He's not happy at all. So, next to his friend next to him, yeah, he eats now a lot of food and a lot of consumer goods, but his happiness is still very high. Right, that's opened up a new slot. So, we can have ourselves, yeah, commercial zone for like 5 additional clerk jobs. So that's a bunch of extra amenities and a bunch of extra trade value, which would be flippin' marvellous. What else could we do to potentially boost trade value? We're not allowed to put down another corporate culture site. That's a one-off thing. Yeah. It's going to have to be commercial zones. Alright, the priority right now is Galactic Market comes to me. So if that means throwing down something that's technically a little bit on the unnecessary side, just to secure it, I think we should do that. Build a brand new commercial zone. Boom. Yeah, I've just noticed the shape of the galaxy is somewhat unfortunate for me. The Rontus have secured huge amounts of territory over here, and I'm not allowed to go through their territory. And other than that, yeah, basically the Rontus have just pretty much blocked my ability to send any ships up to the north. I just do not know what's happening in this part of the world. So if I actually wanted to figure out what was going on, I'd need to actually send a ship, yeah, the long flipping way round. Assuming, of course, there's nothing nasty that hates me round here that might also block my way. But that is very unfortunate, yes. Okay, here we go. So, what we need to do is shut down some of the... Oh, blimey. What happened to my... Oh, the economy might have got a little bit away from me here. Okay, shut down some of the farming jobs for the time being, because we need to free people up to be working as clerks. That's right, everybody needs to be working as a clerk, whatever a clerk is exactly, alright? You guys just work in generic business buildings. Just show up at 9, sit in your cubicle, pretend to type if anyone alien is being shown around, and we are going to be the Galactic Market, alright? That's what we're going to do. There we go, look at that. Look at all of that trade come flipping flying in. Marvellous. This is possibly going to be a problem because I've literally taken farmers out of the field in order to give them completely pointless business jobs. I don't even know what they are. But I'm sure that cannot possibly go wrong. It's about to go. Okay, so we're losing a bit of food. We're losing some food. We can have more food. Cornwall, I need you to produce more food. Oh, and better. Crystal mines. We've got ourselves crystal mines. Spot the flip on. And ooh. Oh, this is perfect. This is actually perfect timing. So what we actually need to get civilian fabricators working is, yeah, an actual bit of rare crystals. And those civilian fabricators are just vastly better than just the civilian industry or whatever it's called. And we have literally just gained the ability to harvest rare crystals, and we've got some rare crystals inside our empire. This is spot on. This is just absolutely flipping spot on. Right, you, get round here and get a mining station built on that thing. In fact, actually, you're closer to this one. Go up here, build a mining station there, then come down here, build a mining station here. So we've got ourselves 2... Oh, no, there's one even closer to you. No, do this one first, do this one first. Right, we'll get one in as quickly as flipping possible, then go up there and take care of that one. Oh, this is beautiful. We've got 3 rare crystal deposits inside our empire straight away. Those civilian fabricators are going to be keeping us swimming in consumer goods. Also, Cornwall, seriously, could you maybe have more people working in... No, don't do that. Don't work as a... Why are you determined to work as a clerk? You're just better as a clerk than you are as a farmer. No, we're shutting this job down. We're shutting that job down. You have to work as a... Why are you refusing to... Oh, there's literally not enough jobs going. Right. Well, then, that's a nice, easy thing to sort out, and I'm very sorry. We actually can't afford... Oh, I'm sorry. It was 1,000 last time. You're scaling up the price. Bloody hell, only the first hit's free. No, sorry, we can't. That's going to slow down the research. Right, build more agricultural districts. Alright, we need to get the tiles working in the agricultural district, because we've got enough food for now, but I like having, like, tons of spare food, so we can just be constantly spamming the promote growth decision with 1,000 food, because that's very, very useful indeed. Okay, the economy might be in... I wouldn't say trouble, but it's not healthy either. Ah, the governor of Osprania just died, and this actually opens up a very interesting opportunity, which is a new guy who is available is actually got himself, yeah, food from food jobs plus 10%. Right, recruit him, but do not set him to handle that. Instead, the guy who's currently handling Cornwall will be moved over to that, and Cornwall will be assigned the agricultural lad. So that should significantly increase the amount of food coming out of Cornwall, which should hopefully deal with the slight issue that we've got over here with, yeah, us running out of food. It's going to all be fine, okay? It's under control. Oh, and better, we've found ourselves some primitives over in Zeamon, north of our new little expansion zone over there. They are in the, ooh, they're in the Renaissance. Lardy flippin' dar. Right, have a little look-see down at them. So they've got themselves a stone palace, which is apparently a flipping pyramid, together with some primitive dwellings for housing, plus 6. They've got themselves plenty of amenities, which is lovely, plenty of housing. Yeah, they're doing alright for themselves, doing alright. Honestly, it's not a great planet, so I don't really desperately need it. And they've got, oh, the actual workers are called peasants. That's cute. And there's actually, like, yeah, a warrior class and scholars and clerics and all sorts. Oh, this is cute. Yeah, there's actual, like, you know, dedicated jobs and feudal nobles. That's very cute. How the primitives actually have their own unique job titles that are brand new as well. That's cool. Now, a Beldross. What is a Beldross? They're like the ocean. They're rapid breeders, they're communal, they're deviant, they're materialist. Or rather, that one's materialist. Yeah, they tend towards materialism and militarism. Alright, not bad. Not bad at all. We might actually just go and stick an observation post over their planet. We may as well go and, you know, just keep an eye on them. Also, ooh, I think I just saw up there. Yeah, the tiles are getting ahead. They've got themselves... That's actually a proper star base there, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Blimey. These guys are getting a little bit ahead of us in tech by the looks of it. The game's saying equivalent for the time being. I'm guessing that just means they've prioritized that. I mean, I've had the option to research that. I just decided against it. And a very, very big important thing as well. It is 2255. We broke our non-aggression pact off with the Ganviers in 2245. In mid-April, if I recall correctly. So, in but a few weeks, we will be able to, if we were to wish, open up hostilities with the Ganviers. Which would be very, very... Oh... But potentially something much more interesting has showed up for, I believe, the first time ever in one of my series. I've never actually had this occur when I've been recording before. The Horizon signal has just kicked off. Very, very interesting indeed. This is a huge, complicated, and slightly weird series of events. I don't know exactly how it ends. I know there's, like, various different endings, and it's all... very, very significant. Right, okay. So an alert communications officer has identified what appears to be a faint signal, almost lost in the gamma ray flashes, from the black hole here. Faint, but unmistakably artificial. This raises intriguing possibilities for our scientists. Which one, precisely? Ah. the Uzhab vortex. So, we need to analyze the horizon signature, which would apparently take... You know what? Why not? While you're just kind of passing through, just, you know, have a quick listen. Go on then. Science Officer Wings of Purple reports that the signal was unexpectedly easy to decipher, but their team has spent considerable time confirming it's not a hoax. It is a repeating, half-coherent message in the Aulian language, something like a poem. It repeats the phrases, gravity is desire and time is sight. It encodes coordinates near the black hole, and it ends with a dedication by name to the science officer, who adds dispassionately they have confirmed that the signal has been radiating into interstellar space since before their birth. In fact, the signal may predate our civilization. And obviously we're not just logging this and moving on. I'm curious where this goes, damn it. The OSS classifying eye approaches the coordinates specified by the signal. It begins to report spatial distortions and curious lensing effects, a rich stream of valuable data. Then the transmission becomes distorted. What happens next is analysed exhaustively. The excitement in Science Officer Wings of Purple's voice turns to fear as the ship's hull struggles under the increasingly exotic conditions. The ship triggers a distress call. Wings of Purple cries out, "The worm," or perhaps, "The worm," in orange. It's very important. He was yelling in orange, people. I don't understand either, but that's what he wrote in the report. And then all transmissions end. No trace of the OSS classifying eye is ever found. No further transmissions, no debris, and the space at those coordinates is utterly free of distortions. But the data they send back has advanced our physics research dramatically. Perhaps it was worth their lives. We learn and we go on. A massive dump of physics, but I suspect that's not the end of it. I suspect there's going to be a bit more yet. Now, the big question. What do I actually want out of the Ganvius for the time being? Because I could just take a couple of their systems from around the north of their empire. Purely so I have a link between the new empire expansion and the old territory. Just to make sure, even if they close the borders to us, we are capable of making it from point A to point B. Alternatively, what we could do is straight up turn them into a subsidiary of ours, which is tempting. Very, very tempting indeed, because that would get us a ton of energy. A huge amount of energy. Ooh, that reminds me, by the way, all that extra trade over in Asprania, we are still only adequate. Lardy flipping dar. You know what? Screw it. Let's just turn these guys into a subsidiary of ours. I just feel like it. They can keep their entire empire. They just need to work for us from now on. Alright, that's all they need to do. They just need to work for us. So, Ganva. How would you like to actually start working for us right now? So, yeah, we can offer them to become our subsidiary, and if they accept, we will protect them. They'll have to pay us 25% of their energy income and join us in our wars, which honestly is not a huge amount. You get to keep all your minerals, all your food, all your consuming goods, all your alloys, all your influence, all your unity, all your research, all of your special strategic resources. All I'm asking for is 25% of your energy. Quite frankly, this is a bargain, alright? This is an absolute flipping bargain. And they're gonna say no. Alright, but screw it. I'm just gonna put that to them. They have to formally turn that down. We can now subjugate them. Yep, you stupid, stupid bastards. So, they will under no circumstances be a willing subject to Aulian exploitation. Well, that's a real shame. That's a real... They still like us. Oh, bless. You know what? We're going in that case. We're going the flip in. You are going to be subjugated, you stupid bastards. Our forces are... Actually, you know what? Make sure our forces are ready to go the moment this happens. Alright? The main fleet is already in position. So, bring it down over here. Where's the secondary fleet, by the way? And who just... Oh, that's just the new subjugate thing. They're just confirming there. Fine, we know about all of that. Where's the secondary fleet? I'm bringing in reinforcements. Right, they're getting here. They're getting here, it's fine. So, also, yeah, summon reinforcements. We've got ourselves some stuff you can call up. I'd say we're ready to go, I'd say we're ready to go in right now. And does anyone want to be in on this? No, no one wants to be in on this. You guys have got no defensive pack set up, so, yeah. We're done inviting attackers. We are just trying to subjugate you You probably don't have any claims on us whatsoever, so I'm guessing it's just a humiliation for you. Declare war. Cutting your future short is our present Almeta Syndicate, and their opinion of us is still surprisingly positive under the circumstances. Right, deploy the fleet. We're going to knock out their main defences pretty much immediately. And second fleet can just follow straight afterwards. And at the same time, we've also got ourselves a new world that needs to be got down. Marvellous. So, okay, the forces should be moving in momentarily. They are jumping in. Okay, maybe I should have actually let them get down to the south first. I don't know where their fleet is right now. It's presumably by Ganva, but I think I should be slightly ahead of them. I should be able to take that out first. Right, colony ship, by the way. You, don't be out in space, just in case... Ooh, our new world's got rings on it. That's nice, and ooh... This is going to be, yeah, our great big... Ooh, abandoned observation post. Oh, yes, of course, because this planet did actually used to have people on it. We knew about that. Let's just quickly double check. This is definitely the right... Yeah, look at that. Special things, mines, and this used to, once upon a time, be someone else's world. And what looks like some form of mollusk civilization was keeping an eye on them, but just decided to give up because they managed to blow each other up. Dear oh flippin' dear. Right. This world can't be prosperity, because prosperity is already prosperity. So what we need is something that represents mining. Well, this is, yeah, more about digging stuff out of the ground. It's not about, like, generating money. This is about literally digging up material wealth. You know what? I've got something I think I like here, which is minerals are like the basic building block out of which you build everything. You need them to make alloys, which make everything in space. You need them to make consumer goods, which kind of keep you people happy. But we're also building on top of the ruins of a previous civilization. We're building over it, and we need to do better. So I've decided we're going to call this place Foundation. That's what our new world is going to be called. Here we go. The first battle is underway, and our fleets have made it into position. We have got point defense to actually shoot down all of their missiles. They do have some lasers, but honestly, the amount they can do to us is tiny. And the new actual... Hello. Excuse me. On a direct course for the... Excuse me, what's the Hockager system? Do we know where the Hockager system is? Where are they going precisely? Ah, they're going for... Okay, that's nowhere near where we are, but okay. I mean, if they want to, they can. That's not actually towards us. Maybe they're going, like, into our space over here. I'm not sure. And there we go. Now we've actually made it through their shields. Beautiful. We are just tearing with our plasma through the armor. The armor's already gone. Obviously, now we're just tearing through the hull. We are barely going to take any damage at all here. It's almost overwhelmingly shield damage. And there we go. The first system belongs to us. First blood is ours. And now we can move towards Ganva. Straight away, we may as well just move straight on their capital. And our admiral is presumably... No, that's actually a governor. I kind of assumed that'd be our admiral, but whatever. Now, where is their fleet going? Their fleet is, perhaps unsurprisingly, going to try and counterattack into new space. You, I'm going to suggest you back off, head over here, do a bit of, like, yeah, mining over in that direction. So get out of there. That's fine. They'll knock that system down, but they probably don't have a claim on it, so that's fine. They're also bringing in... Ah, they're bringing in their transport fleets. They're going to try and attack Foundation. I see. I see the problem here. And
it's good to see them make friends among themselves.
Sorry, a federation? You're both xenophobes! Is the first federation in the galaxy genuinely a federation of xenophobes who hate everything except apparently each other? Bloody hell. Yep, these guys are xenophobe militarists, and next door, the Rontor, are xenophobe spiritualists. And apparently, all they can agree on is they want to be left alone. And they want to be left so much alone, they've created a federation so that they can want to be left alone together. And maybe they'll invite other people who just want to be left alone into it. I don't understand. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if that makes sense. I don't think it does. Well, at least we've actually got ourselves, yeah, bonus 10% energy credits from quantum energy states and, ooh, basic combat rolls or upgraded energy nexus. Ooh, that's nice, but... I don't have the gas yet, so just take the basic combat rolls for the time being. Done in 2 years. Beautiful. Right, where's the secondary fleet, by the way? You guys should be arriving soon. So, yeah, head over here, in fact. Probably, once the main fleet has just done knocking out the actual station here, which should be easy to do, we should probably chase those guys down to Foundation, because I do not want them occupying Foundation, so that missile will just be shot down. Yeah, we have got the point defense, so yeah, their missiles are doing nothing. There's the odd hit coming in, but as soon as their shields go down, this thing will start melting very, very quickly. Yeah, at this point, we're just starting to cut through. They are totally 100%... Actually, I don't know where they are. Where have they just gone? If they were around here, we would know. Because they have to go through Usadon in order to get to Foundation. I think they might be returning home to try and deal with, yeah, the threat to their homeworld. Now, this world is the ancient homeworld of the Serpentine Chisago, one of the founding members of the First League. Sorry, what are we looking at right now? Where are we? What is this? This is... This is, yeah, just a really, really high-level anomaly I finally got around to. So the vast majority of their cities were located underground, and Kochab 2 is riddled with tunnel networks, of which most have collapsed in the 2 million years since the Chisago went extinct. Probes from the OSS Assessing Eye have identified the probable locations of several subterranean cities. Nice. Well, you get on with that, actually. I'd like to know what's going on there, so that'll take you about 6 months. Beautiful. Meanwhile, we've got ourselves, yeah, the Ganva homeworld is now officially in our hands. I can't believe this. I just cannot believe that they have formed a federation. A federation of utter dicks right next door to me. It's just... what? What even is this? Right, me and the tile. We would probably form a federation right now if we could, but I literally can't. In fact, actually, how are you guys getting on, by the way? Do you have any other, like, good friends or anything? No, not really. You don't have much in the way of friends at all. It's basically just me. But then you're in a bad spot too, because you're squeezed up against these guys. They're xenophobes. Those are the tree dicks. And you've also got the Gwirumulan, my favourite people to say out loud, who are... mostly just fine with me, to be honest. They don't seem to care one way or the other. Well, we may as well begin bombarding their homeworld in that case, because what else are we going to do, really? And also, yeah, reinforce the fleet, bring in more ships. We may as well bring in more reinforcements. Right. I should also... ooh, I really should have actually checked my policies before we came here, because... war doctrine! Yeah, go to rapid deployment. Sublight speed up and weapon ship range up 10%. I like rapid deployment. That is excellent. And orbital bombardment. Right now that is indiscriminate. I should probably be selective. So, yeah, allows only the bombardment of identified military targets while keeping civilian casualties to a minimum. How many actual defensive armies or, like, defenses or whatever do you have here? You've got... yes. You've got several precinct houses and thus defensive armies, because it's kind of my fault, to be honest. I kind of provoked you into doing that by setting up a criminal syndicate on your world, so fair enough that you've got some of them. Right, you know what? Screw it. We'll just do some indiscriminate bombing. It'll be fine. So, the bombardment has begun. Devastation will slowly start ticking up, and that is going to have an effect on pops, amenities, trade value, all the rest of it. So 1,400 are doing that, and here we go. The second fleet has arrived, and these guys are... right, where are you guys going right now? Where are you actually going? Are they going to try and retake this spot? I think they are. Okay, if that's what they're going to do, then I could actually return that. Probably don't return that. It's absolutely fine. How much do we have here? We've got 1,100 here. These guys are the ones that they were never upgraded. Okay, can we actually handle them by ourselves? Let's just actually have a quick look at this, because we do have visibility. We might want to make sure we've got our entire fleet for this. You guys have got yourselves... okay. Bunch of point defense, they'll be useless to you. Then you've got yourself small mass drivers ×2. Good at picking through shields, but not very good at the rest of it. Fine against hull. Meanwhile, we've got lasers, which means once we get through your shields, I think we can handle it. I think this small force, this secondary force here, can handle that. You guys, move back over here, and this station, throw up... I literally can't afford to actually throw up a defensive platform. You guys head over here and stay behind this station. There's another 54 arriving. No, actually, that's going on to... No, it's not. It's boomeranging around. Right, we're going to have more people arriving here momentarily. Just hang out here by the station, provide supporting fire to that. In they come. And we've also just made a precursor discovery, presuming that is... No, that's on Varna. Wait, where's Varna 2? Several recruits from our ground forces recently made a Halo insertion onto the surface of Varna 2 as part of survival training. When they were picked up again after 2 months, they reported several findings indicating an ancient precursor civilization. Nice! We're making some good progress on the first league here. So you get working on that, and yes, I know. New contact. Okay, I'm a bit busy right now, okay? So I do not have time for donkeys to just be making contact with me. Alright? Naff off. Still, they are xenophiles as well as authoritarians, so we will be friendly to them. And yet, they are north of the snails that hate us and south of the dwarfs. Alright, nice to have things slowly being filled in here. But if you wouldn't mind, I'm a bit busy focusing on the war right now. So, yeah, prepare to attack. And what did I just say? Alright, I'm a bit busy. The black hole is active again. Once again, a looping signal flickers in the darkness at the edge of normal space, but this time there's an acoustic message encoded in the signal. It sounds very much like Wings of Purple's voice. What was, shall be. What shall be, was. And then, the same coordinates as the first signal, the coordinates where Wings of Purple was lost, what the media has christened the exit point. Then they say a name, Beak of Grey. Okay, first, I want to check who Beak of Grey is, because I can't remember who that is. So, if he's not important, he can go. He's the flipping admiral. We're in the middle of a war. Okay, fine. You know what? He can go. If he volunteers, he can go. But I would like a new flipping admiral, please. Bloody hell. Actually, you know what? We've got a new Gale Speed Admiral right now, and Gale Speed is excellent. So, yeah, go on then, sure. Unfortunately, this fleet is now engaged, but then this wasn't the one with the Admiral anyway, so... Alright, you guys, you get an Admiral. Congratulations. You get Feathers of Teal, who hopefully the black hole won't decide to eat next. Now, I think we should be okay in this fight, because, yeah, we're going to have fire support from the actual base here. This base is going to be providing a whole bunch of fire support. So, wait, what? What do you mean we can no longer use the subjugate Calsus Belli on the Ganvius block? Why? What's just happened? It's just because the Calsus Belli only lasts for a year, but the war's already started, so that's fine. And yeah, our fleet is immediately looking like it is having the best of it. Okay, seriously, black hole, will you just naff off for 1 second? So this time, the ship is running fully automated. Beak of Grey is the only crew member aboard. As it approaches the exit point, the telemetry stream fills up with fascinating data. Once again, space flexes, gravity uncoils. Beak of Grey reads all the headline data, echoing the telemetry. They are commendably calm. We've sent a professional. It takes a little while for anyone to realise something is peculiar about the timing. Beak of Grey is no longer echoing the data, they're predicting it. The telemetry disagrees, but only for a few seconds until it catches up. The monitoring team is just reporting that the prediction interval is increasing when Beak of Grey says, wonderingly, I'm through. It's dark, they add. That's not a problem. We can live in the dark. I never thought of that. But of course, we can live here forever if the worm will only wait. At that moment, the signal cuts out, and the ship disappears from our team's sensors. And this is horrible, regrettable, or fascinating. I'm going to say fascinating, because he did volunteer. Now, the battle. The battle that we're actually fighting right flipping now. Luckily, yeah, I think we've got the best of it, because we have got the backup firepower from the actual station. The station is firing additional missiles, which is useful. Admittedly, their flak is taking out the missiles, but I think they've also got the... Yeah, they do actually have a different gun as well beyond that, so... This is all working very nicely. These guys have just been absolutely trashed. Their fleet is in a lot of trouble. So, there you go. Well done, lads. You guys just stay here. Can you actually heal up right here, by the way? Yes, you can actually heal up right here. And the archaeological project over on Kochab 2 has apparently been quite the success. Marvellous. So we've already learnt much about the ancient species. They were reptilian with elongated and legless bodies that could be 20 meters or longer in adult individuals. Marvellous. So expert traders. Oh, I like them better already. So that's a new artifact and some society
Survey
research.
complete.
Right, you guys stay here and just heal yourselves up, please. And we're still bombarding their home world. So, at this point, their war exhaustion is much higher than ours, which is just flipping beautiful. In fact, how are we getting on with bombing their home world? It's going to be a slow process, unfortunately. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slow process. Any chance we've... no, we've not destroyed any buildings yet. If you wouldn't mind targeting the precinct buildings, actually, that'd be interesting. Oh, hang on. If I change my bombardment policy to say only confirmed military targets, does that mean you'll actually prioritise hitting the precinct houses? Because if so, we could actually maybe get the criminal network back on this world. Yeah, go on. Let's go over to selective, because we are xenophiles, so we shouldn't really be indiscriminately bombing aliens. People are going to mind that. And more society research. Good, 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 good. And this is nice as well. Naval Logistics Office. This is very, very useful indeed. So, yeah, get one of those down. And anchorages worth +2 naval capacity. Very, very good. Let's get that in play. The Quirumulan have sadly closed their borders to us. Understandable. Perhaps they're annoyed about the fact I'm, declaring war. No, allied to rivals. Oh, have you guys just declared the tile your rivals? Oh, blimey. Right, well in that case, I will also declare you my rival. That's bonus influence for me, and it will make the tile just like me more and more and flipping more. Yeah, the tile just flipping love me. And a very important contact, the Secute Monopoly. Now, I'm pretty confident that these guys are, actually a criminal underworld whatever thing, just like me. Yep, criminal syndicate, as I thought. But more militarist and more egalitarian. Alright, fair enough. So, I'm going to say everything is lovely. We all have so much to gain from this encounter, you terrifying spider zerg things, whatever you are precisely. So, these guys are criminal syndicate, and you've actually done very, very well for yourselves. Actually managing to implant one of your branch officers on the actual seaweed people. Well done. I mean, I wish I had this much success, but you are doing much better than me. Actually, never mind. It looks like the seaweed people have finally managed to get on top of it. They've actually managed to get the amount of crime right flipping down. So this is not as valuable as it once was. Oh, the black hole's back, and it's still spitting not particularly good poetry at me. The trine, the quine, the trine. So, once again, it's having a chat, and... okay, how many more people do I need to feed this black hole before it actually gives me something flipping useful? So this time it is writing love poems dedicated to Feathers of Magenta. Alright, who's Feathers of Magenta precisely? He is governing prosperity, but... honestly, he's not spectacular. He's got a common trait and architectural interest. Yeah, you know what? That's absolutely fine. Our scientists agree it is quite difficult to generate love poems procedurally, and quite unusual for a black hole to send love poems at all. So, as it's asked nicely, we are going to send Feathers of Magenta. Alright? We're going to send him along. Marvellous. And that means... hang on, we just said prosperity, didn't we? Yes, prosperity. Needs itself a new leader in that case. You see, here we go. We've got another person with the exact same interest ready to step in immediately. Nice and easy. Oh, and speaking of prosperity, those guys have actually managed to catch up to where I wanted them to be. Nice and fast, in fact. Right, okay. You guys need yourselves a new district, do ya? Well, have yourselves yet another district. Off you pop. Asprania, meanwhile, is up to 53. In fact, actually, yeah, one of those is totally the birds, aren't they? Right, yes. Okay, one of you can probably go back to prosperity, in fact, because, yeah, I probably shouldn't have shipped you over here in the first place, to be honest. In fact, every bird can go over to prosperity because we've got plenty of workers here. So you go over to... no, not Cornwall. You wouldn't be happy on Cornwall. You'd be much happier on prosperity. So you guys naff off over there, and you guys naff off over there. Lovely. So Osprania now only has... yeah, that's got unemployment of 2 at the minute. That's absolutely fine. That'll fix itself momentarily, because there should be... oh, you guys could be farming. Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake, I'd actually cancelled a bunch of jobs. Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to, like, get on with whatever you want. Right, that sorts out that problem. And over on prosperity, we need, we need housing, we need districts, we need everything. So housing is 2 down. That's actually up to 10. You guys desperately need, If we just upgrade the actual building, yeah, the reassembled ship shelter, that will actually create, yeah, executives who will produce the actual amenities we need, so that will be fine. We do not need to rush towards amenities. What you guys do need is housing. But then again, I'm building the district right now. So the district will generate 2 housing. So housing is okay for the time being. And this, whatever it is, will generate... Wait, where did all the money go? Where have all my mineral... Uh-oh. Right. So, we might be a little bit shy on minerals, actually. Okay, I miss the days when we had a massive stockpile of minerals. Those were good days. Right, prosperity, we'll get back to you in a second, alright? We just need to focus on this war for a second. And probably a black hole's going to do a little song and dance for us. Oh, speak of the flipping devil, here we go. This will be the end of me, Feathers of Magenta says at the briefing before launch. I know I won't come back, but I think I always knew this would happen. Whatever is in the hole has been waiting for us for a long, long time. I think it's been waiting for me since before I was born. Once again, a single pilot ship approaches the exit point. Once again, space boils like a fever. Again, our sensor arrays soak up the fascinating data. This time, Feathers of Magenta is silent. The telemetry becomes intermittent, and then it too is silent. The ship has reached the exit point. The conditions around it are returning to normal. Nothing has happened. Nothing. The monitoring team mutter furiously. The ship is different. In fact, it's a different ship. Its wings of Purple's vessels, lost these years past, drifting now away from the exit point. A salvage team finds it pristine and empty, no trace of crew, no signs of violence. But there's a journal entry in Wings of Purple's name, titled What Was Will Be, written in all caps and orange again. That's very important. Our scientists review it nervously. Impossible one says, I hope so, says another. The ship is renamed the Foundling and returned to service. The signal, dead or sleeping, says nothing at all, ever again. And yet, this might not be the end. Alright, so I've gained something I can research together with tech progress. Right, entropic recursion, whatever that is. And there is peace between the tasty elves. Yes, as I suspected, they just wanted access to these 2 systems, so they weren't actually, pinned in anymore. So not too surprising, really. And they followed that straight up with, a defensive pact with these guys we just met recently over here, the donkeys. So the donkeys and the Elegant are now a defensive pact, probably because somebody is worried about how powerful the Farine are getting. So planetary devastation right now is up to 18%, ticking up very slowly because we're being very, very nice indeed for the time being. And because it's below 25%, planetary pops cannot be killed by bombardment. And also, armies take half damage from bombardment. And, okay, maybe more concerningly, the Quirumulan have just become associates of the Dick Alliance up north. That is concerning. Basic combat rolls is ready to go, though. That is very, very welcome. Now, here we go. We've got... Oh, blimey. We've got a bunch of stuff here. So, we have got speculative hyperlane breaching. So, experimental subspace navigation. So, solitary science ships can break out of the naturally occurring hyperlanes. And, that's quite useful. And I don't think that risks the unbidden being summoned. Hopefully. Alternatively, entropic recursion. The universe tends irresistibly onwards and downwards. That tendency cannot be reversed, but it can be subverted for a price. Future glimpse, Omega theory. An inkling of coming perspectives and past affections. Half of a whole, useless on its own. When complete, may allow our scientists to stumble upon the Omega theory technology. I don't know what that means. Maybe we'll come back to that. We're a bit busy at the minute, and I would like my science ships to have the ability to, just hop around and bypass the blockade up north. So, the second fleet seems to have recovered, and is up to 1,100 strength. I may as well head over here, just to keep an eye on their fleet, which is presumably regrouped down here by Stebnar. So let's just move over here, knock out this platform, and see, what is it they're doing next, precisely, while we are simultaneously hardening this border, because the Quirumulan might be about to cause trouble. And I feel really bad for the tile state. They are completely pinned in. They have got nowhere to go. And the Euthonians can expand down to... Oh, they're doing it too. The Euthonians are actually taking advantage of the fact that they can expand freely over here. There is literally nothing to stop them just taking this territory and then... Ooh, hello. Do you see megastructure in here? Ooh, ruined ring world. Lardy flippin' da. They've got a huge amount of territory that they can basically just take. unless I go and take it first. If I block out this system, that just stops them advancing over here. It basically means they will have no choice but to declare war if they want to expand any further. Which I've got to think might be worth it. If I can make it, yeah, screw it, go. Go, 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 go. Yeah, avoid all the bad things. If we can beat them over there, that will be good. We may as well try. Just try and stop them. Now, my fleet has reached the next platform, and it just basically melts in the face of plasma weaponry, because plasma weaponry is the flipping best. And, oh yes! Yes! The Galactic Market has been established in Ospra, because where else was it going to be? This is just flipping marvellous. Our marketing campaign on Osprania has borne fruit. The market powers that be have seen fit to centralise much of their activity within the Ospra system. Oh, this is beautiful. We have got a Galactic Market. Hang on, let's have a little look-see over at the market here. So the market leader in the Galactic Market is currently the Alberta Syndicate. Oh, beautiful. So there is now a slave market, which we do not want to be involved with, but if other people would like to sell into the slave market, I could buy them, which would be very, very interesting indeed. And yet, the market fee is down from 30% to 20%. Beautiful. So I can now actually trade relatively cheaply if that's what I want to do. So yeah, if I just basically accumulate a huge volume of energy, I can buy whatever it is I need with that energy, which is great. So if I want to just buy myself a load of consumer goods, yeah, that's actually being bought at 2.4, sold at 1.6. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty darn good. That's not bad at all. I just need to find something I can actually produce en masse. I could start just flogging it here for energy. Just, you know, maybe not too much. I don't actually want to crash the market I'm selling into. Right, well, this is fascinating. And I can't see what's going on in Stebnar because it's in a nebula. So I have no visibility whatsoever. Still, as far as I can tell, they don't seem to be retaliating. We can just go here, start slowly bombarding their worlds. Be flipping beautiful. Though actually, I might want to consider just actually heading over to Stebnar. Because Stebnar is... Oh, we've got more bloody trade. Wow, okay, game. There might be a few too many megacorps in the galaxy and not enough people to actually, like, you know, sell to. So, like these guys, pacifist geckos, they'll do. We wish to be friends. Where are you guys based, by the way? Where are you? Oh, you're all the way up there. Right, bloody hell, that's a long way out of the way. You see, what I'm thinking is, their secondary world down here might be a lot easier to trash. Because it is small. They've barely built anything here. There's probably not that many people floating around. So we could probably conduct a landing on that world a lot more flipping easily than we can on their home world, which is going to take quite a long period of time. Planetary devastation is finally up to 26%. So we can start slowly wearing them down. Yeah, bombardment is... Hang on. Bombardment inflicts 0.03 devastation to the planet each day. And okay, I think the black hole wants to sing us a song or do a dance again. This time the Loop Temple, signs in the stone. Archaeologists have found a forgotten temple in the remote highlands of Osprania, buried for centuries but recently exposed by an earthquake. Dating techniques suggest it's a pre-industrial relic, hand-hewn from volcanic rock. However, the recurring symbol on the walls and radial altar, the Mobius looped serpent consuming its own tail, has no obvious precedent in our early history, and the inscription uses an unknown alphabet. Right, potentially an unknown precursor race. In a presumably meaningless coincidence, the quake seems to have occurred the same time as the final message from the black hole. Well, obviously. How about we just study that at some point? But for the time being, we're a bit busy. So yeah, at this point, we are just doing moderate damage to armies into the planet, light damage to the pop. So we're not going to kill these guys, but I'd like to think maybe we're targeting the precinct houses because those do actually spawn defensive armies. Ah, and we appear to have located what I believe to be one of the marauders. Right. So, yeah, hello, you're a marauder. You're also... I don't know quite what you are precisely. Some form of plant? Moss? Okay, you live over there. Maybe just leave you alone and don't cause trouble with you. Got it. Ah, another defensive pact here. the Elegant, together with the trading geckos and the donkeys, are now all in a big defensive pact. Very, very good indeed. Now, new tradition, and that means new tree. Now, which tree is most important to me? Because, yeah, diplomacy could actually give me, trade value up by 10%, which is quite significant, which could also lead to market fee down by another 10%. And also base trade protection for trade routes increased by 5, so reducing piracy. All of that could be very, very nice indeed. And pop housing usage down by 10% is just a welcome one too. Now, prosperity feels like a thing I should be after. Plus, I would like a bit more in the way of, mining station output. So, one merchant job per 50 pops. That sounds kind of nice, whatever that is exactly. Building upkeep down. Yeah, building in district build costs down. City districts provide 1 additional housing. That's nice. City districts provide, an additional clerk job. That's good. Specialist outputs. And domination, because we are vaguely going down a supremacy-ish sort of route. So, but yeah, weirdly, domination doesn't really seem to do that anymore. Now it's more about public order, workers, slaves, and your own rulers. So, we'll leave that be for the time being. Yeah, you know what? Let's take prosperity. That's a good thing to start off with. So, let's adopt that. Mining output plus 10%. I actually control a fairly large amount of space. So that should be quite a significant little uptick for me at the beginning of next month. Yeah, look at that. Plus 31 and plus 55. Very good. You know what? I'm going to actually deploy my secondary fleet, including my admiral, into their secondary world here, Stebnar. Let's just go and give them a poke. I think we can handle it, to be honest. And a new war has broken out. Oh, wars are breaking out all over the shop now. Beautiful. The tile states. They're going to war with the trees. Nice. Okay. What's that war actually about, my good people? Alright, because I might be willing to join you on this one. Why not? So, you were the guys who started the war. And this is a Taiwan-Mawia Federation war. Wait, they're in a federation? They're not in a federation, are they? No, they're not in a federation. So, why is it called a Federation War? Neither of you are in a Federation. Well, I'm not too surprised, to be honest. The Tile have got literally nowhere else to expand, so they kind of had to if they wanted to grow any further. And I'm glad they are, because I'm very concerned about the Euthonians. They could cause trouble for me. And the Rontal look like they've got the ability to expand too, though hopefully there are other empires around them, keeping them in check, but it feels like the dicks to the north of me are in a better position to expand than I am. Oh, and those civilian fabricators are ready to go. Flipping spot on. Right, what else do we have around here? Corvette hull points up, or no, get the Starhold done. We need Starhold. Get it underway. Because my fleet's moving in right now, I think. In they come. I don't know what we're waiting for here. It's not much, is it? No, they're immediately... Okay, stay away, stay away, stay away. Stay away. Don't get in range of the actual, the star base until we're ready to attack them. They're moving in, and they seem to be completely unable to repair their fleet. Possibly they're out of money. So now at this point, we are just going to... Oh, they're going to be absolutely shredded. They are massively outnumbered, and this much firepower, we should be able to kill a few of them before they actually warp out. And with their fleet in tatters... Their star base is all occupied. That's it. They're going to be flipping done. Right, now we're in the same actual system as Nirium. Yeah, Nirium has basically got no defense on it whatsoever. So, in which case, you guys get over here and start bombarding Nirium. That's going to be the world we actually invade in the end. And oh, hello. A small force has managed to... How did you get over there? I don't know, but a small force is now attempting to... Oh, guys. Guys, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I mean, you're welcome to, if you're absolutely flipping determined to do so. But... Oh, spaceport under attack, you just say? Hang on. What spaceport's under attack? Who's attacking what? No one's attacking any of my stuff, are they? I don't think they are. We're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Oh, it'll be the Void Spawn attacking the local starbase. That happens all the time, fine. Oh, and a new alien federation as well. Hello, who's the new alien federation? So, the Prosnakans. Wait, who are the Prosnakans? That is the... Oh. Okay. The Prosnakans and the... Ah, the extremely tasty elves and the dwarves are now part of a federation. well, yeah, the geckos, the donkeys, and the Elegant are part of a massive defensive pact. And the Infinite Pond are just staying the hell out of it. But, I say, things are starting to shape up north, up here. So, these guys are materialist and egalitarian. You guys are materialist and, yeah, militarist and authoritarian. So there's militarism floating around there. And these three guys are, okay, also materialist. And then these guys down here are, hang on, how much do you even have? Not much. Xenopharland. Right, you guys don't have much in common, do you? No, there's not really like a massive ideological gulf here. It's just various people grouping together. Still, nice to see the Federation starting to form up, aside from the fact that, yeah, they're not exactly good news federations for me. I can't believe xenophobes formed the first Federation. That's just annoying. Oh, here's something fun, by the way. So, on Prosperity, which has been upgraded from the reassembled ship thing, yeah, technically, colonists are a specialist job, and there are 2 of them. So when we actually upgraded that, there were 2 rulers who have just, I don't know where they've come from, therefore. Maybe they came straight from the workers, but as a result of that, one of the colonists is now unemployed and refusing to demote. So we should probably, like, you know, get a specialist job for him to do or something. But for the time being, we're a little bit on the busy side because, well, actually, we don't desperately need new jobs technician-wise, though we will do at some point. Yeah, we need to actually give these guys a new building. I tell you what, lads, how would you feel about a gene clinic? Actually, you probably don't really want a gene clinic. What you probably need is, actually, you're young, and I'd like you to, do I need you to grow that much? I wouldn't mind. And actually, that will produce amenities. Yeah, that produces amenities. Have a gene clinic, that's fine. And after you're done with that, you can have yourselves a generator district, and minerals are starting to get a little bit on the low side, actually. Maybe we'll just cancel that for the time being, because Cornwall also needs, oh, yes, Cornwall civilian industries need to become civilian fabricators. And we have got ourselves a giant pile of rare crystals. How much is that going to cost me to do right now? 540. Yeah. Upgrade one of them. Get loads more people working those jobs. Alright, get them in the civilian fabricators. We need more artisans. We need more coffee makers. There's not enough toasters for everyone. We're running out. Now, as I was saying, we also are going to be needing some armies. We've got, you know, a handful of defensive armies over here on Asprania. We actually need proper assault armies just to actually lead the final charge. We don't need much because we're going to bombard these worlds into dust before we actually put any boots on the ground. But we need something. We need something over here. So, oh, I've right now got the money for 1. Precisely 1. So yeah, I might need to actually have a little look-see at the markets at some point and, yeah, potentially start maybe even buying minerals. I mean, if I were to buy minerals, I can buy them for 1.57. To be honest, it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. In fact, you know what? Just like a single little boost of them right now for, screw it, done. And that is enough for us to actually recruit some more armies just to get us going. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say that's more than enough for now. This is going to be a very long part when all is said and done. We will leave things off there for the time being. Our war against the Ganvius is starting to go, I would say, very, very well indeed. Attrition is kicking in. Space battles are kicking in. We're slowly making moves towards occupying their planet. They're going to have no choice but to surrender to us. We have just walked all over these guys. Nice, easy starting war. Next time, we will wrap that up and turn these guys into our willing subjects. Well, not really so much willing, but it'll be nice to get some energy out of them. 25% of all the energy in their empire. And I can just trade that away in the Galactic Market, which I flipping own for whatever the hell I want. The tile state going to war against the trees next door. Maybe we want to get involved in that. Maybe we don't. And maybe most dangerous of all, the Euthonians and the Rontor they're getting stronger. And now they're in a federation. I might need to consider, further hardening those borders, reinforcing my fleets, being ready for the possibility that sooner or later, war with these guys feels inevitable. But maybe, just maybe, I can put a plug into the expansion of the Euthonians by just being a total dick and taking Alderaan and then saying they're not allowed through that territory anymore. That'd be very, very nice indeed. They could still expand out here to the south, but I'm kind of hoping the Zikmoks will rise up and meet them there. We will have to see about that, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Stellaris MegaCorp. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way. Otherwise, they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech. They're mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.